In 1991, when I was renting a room from a young lady that had a 14-year-old boy and a 12-year-old little girl. The first day that Jake went to school, he was 14 now, he cussed out the teacher. The teacher went over, pushed the panic button, security shows up, and they charged him with a verbal assault. And they eliminated him from school, telling him, we're not going to file charges on you, but you cannot come back to school until next semester. If we, as a parent, would have done that to our child, we'd be neglectful. But the system could do that to someone that they didn't deem was worthy of an education. That's when I told his mother, I will slow down on working in the bars at night and I'll start finding jobs during the daytime. And we started doing rehab. I started doing bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels, because I'd always done rehab in my past. But it was for myself or for my friends or for my family, not as a job. After a few weeks, I realized this is a program starting. With these young men and women that are not making it in education, we need to teach them vocation. We need to give them that ability to make a legal living. About a month went by and a couple more of his buddies end up showing up at the house, and they want to come to work with us. I go out and talk to their school and realize they've been eliminated also. The work program started without me even realizing it was getting started. Kids Hope, kids helping other people, Kids Hope, kids helping other people exist, was created in '91, not because I had a great vision, but because I saw that there was such a need. When you've got 14, 13, 12-year-old children being eliminated from school, not being able to have education or vocation, what do you think is going to happen with them? That's what I thought about. Way before we ever incorporated Kids Hope, I had the work program up and running. I would have my little band of merry men and we would go out and work on properties. We'd go out and do a bathroom remodel, but I'd bid it $1,000 cheaper because I tell you, I'm going to take 2 or 3 extra days and gently take your toilet out, gently take your sink out, gently take your tub out. I'm not going to come in there and smash them and put new in. I want to reuse those. I don't care if your potty is pink or blue or black. I don't care. It works. I need it. I'm putting it in on another house. We started rehabbing homes and reusing a lot of the parts we were taking out. 23 years ago, we started recycling houses, appliances, and lives. Young men and women that were thrown away by society. We grabbed a hold of. We started doing a little bit of rehab, and we created some amazing young men and women that are beautiful. We're going next weekend to Pumpkin Patch, where one of my participants 20 years ago is now, his wife now is running the Pumpkin Patch. I have gotten so far off subject.
No, you haven't. So you recycle lives.
The reason that our program started 23 years ago was I saw a need for us to actually work on the cause of our problems, not the symptoms, not building more prisons, not creating a harder standardized test, but creating a situation where if you weren't making it in one form of education, we give you another form of education. We're not in a world that one size fits all. We're in a world where individual program plans actually do work. And what we saw 20 plus years ago was a need to create vocational training in our education system. When we can do that, We will have a greater success with our kids in our education, in our high schools, in our junior highs. When we do that, we will have a greater success with our kids in college, because we don't talk about it, but a 40% dropout rate, 45% dropout rate in college, but that's not on your first year. That's your second or third year after you've created some outrageous debt. If we were training, teaching, showing our children the ability to make a legal living with what they like. If they like the education, great. If they like the structure of school, that's wonderful. I've always loved being a teacher. But then you have to find other ways. The reason that our program started and continues, when you're working with someone to help them improve themselves, and they are ready to do it, they are ready to work, no matter what their history was. Felonies, missteps. When you're ready to actually take somebody and work side by side, not give them a hand out, but give them that ability to take care of themselves. You know, I don't like the hand out, hand up, or whatever. I like teaching people by example.
Is that why the charity doesn't take any government money?
There are a few reasons why Rupert's Kids doesn't take any government dollars. Years ago, I realized that the government, honestly, does not have the idea, well, the government doesn't understand helping without spending money. The government thinks that you can throw money at things and solve a problem. In our program, the best thing that I've ever been able to show, working with our kids, working with the community, when you generate $100, it's amazing what you can do with that. Teaching somebody how to take care of themselves is not an endless money pit, is not an entitlement program, it's an empowerment program. And creating empowerment programs are what Rupert's Kids is about. One of the reasons why we don't take government dollars is because I'm teaching our young men and women not to hold your hand out to the government, but to pull that hand back and take care of yourself. If I, as a program, held my hand out to the government, I would not be doing what I say, and I want to lead by example.